Mr. Toastmaster, today I'm going to talk about the television show Survivor. Quite a sundry topic, and you might wonder why, because I actually applied to Survivor several times, and the interview process is as follows. Create a 2 to 3 minute speech telling us a little bit about yourself. And you have to create the speech for a group of about 10 people who know nothing about you and you've never met them before. And so, I was trying to think of what I would say, and Jeff Probst isn't really interested in, that I like movies or technology, or even that I'm pretty good at swing dancing, because there's 100 other people who like those things. And he's probably not interested in the wife or kids that I don't have. And if I tried to talk about my work at Raytheon or my work before that at the Applied Research Lab, then security would probably have to kill me for that. So after considering what I was going to say, I realized that people are defined by their experiences. And generally there's 1 or 2 key experiences that happen in everybody's lives that make them the people they are today. And for me, those experiences, one key experience was when I was in high school. I attended a high school near Philadelphia, and I was a very shy and socially anxious person, the stereotypical computer nerd who had very few friends and who didn't go out much and who was never involved in anything. I decided to attend Penn State, starting at Abington, and before I got swallowed up in the vortex of University Park, I thought that I would join everything in existence and be a completely different person in college. And when I started college, I got elected as an officer at the Student Government Association, programmed events, attended conferences. I even got a job where I spoke in front of 400 people every week about Penn State's admissions programs and their opportunities with extracurriculars. And through those experiences, I then learned when I got out of college that it's really the socially anxious, stereotypical nerds who make all the money, and it's the popular kids who are the ones who are at the bottom of the barrel in the real world. So I think that everybody out here changes throughout their lives. I was a different person 10 years ago, and so were each one of you. I'll be a different person 10 years from now. And when you ask me to tell me a bit about myself, I can't just tell you about my love of racquetball or something like that. I have to tell you that I'm a person who is defined by challenges and overcoming obstacles. And so what defines me is that you always have to continue improving, because a life where you're not continuing to improve is one that's not perhaps worth living as much. Thank you, and I hope to receive quite a bit of criticism here, so maybe in the next 10 or 15 interviews I'll actually get on to the second round.
I have to say that my most favorite part about the speech was the flow. It's in how it started. It really just got my attention. Whoa, you applied to Survivor? It's pretty cool. Yes, send in a video? Alright, I've seen that show. And I noticed how you weaved in a little bit how things about you, about what you weren't sure what you were going to put into your video. And then it kind of developed, I want to say, like a theme of the speech. Who is the person? It's the experiences that define you. And then you transition beautifully into your next paragraph, where you really started introducing yourself and going into really all about you. That was definitely my favorite part of the speech, is how it flowed seamlessly from one paragraph topic to the next to the next. I also like the humor that you threw in. There's a couple lines that really made me laugh. And no notes. Bravo on that. That's impressive for our first icebreaker. You looked really comfortable up here. Had great body language. You spoke. Your voice inflection is fantastic. Going through the speech, there really wasn't a whole lot to critique. The structure was fantastic. The word enunciation was great. The only thing that I could say is towards the end of the speech, you can see you started talking a little bit quicker. Your voice, the speed really stepped up, and there's a little bit more verbal fillers. Other than that was a fantastic speech. I was really blown away by it, especially for Well, you said you've been giving speeches many times before. I could really tell too. It was, like I said before, a great icebreaker. So I look really forward to hearing everything else you got to say. So, Toastmaster.